undertaking a software recovery for version 4.0.5. This should be used when the controller has issues such as freezing or is not working as expected. The idea of the recovery software is it formats the entire controller and puts a fresh set of software on there. It can also be used to change a controller from a McDonald's controller, Chick-fil-A controller, or a general market controller. To start the process of the upgrade, you have to first insert the USB with the correct recovery software. The USB will go in onto the USB connector at the bottom of the grill. With the USB inserted, you have to repower the grill. When the grill recovers, it will then give you the calibration screen. You have to press all 5 of the marks accurately. After the calibration, you'll get the screen where you need to enter the code. The code for the version 4.05 software is 997572. Once you've entered it, press enter. This will start the recovery process. The recovery process can take up to 5 minutes, and once it's completed, it will mean the controller is completely blank. After several minutes, the grill will then come to this page and start the reboot sequence. After the reboot, as the USB stick is still inserted in the grill, you're going to find that it's going to go back through the same initial process you started with, such as the touchscreen calibration and then the code entry. You need to go back through the touchscreen calibration. When you get to this section, you need to remove the USB stick. Once you've taken that out, then you can come back to the screen and press the quit button. This will now restart the controller and allow it to boot normally. If you don't remove the USB stick, it will continue to cycle with the next recovery. So you'll just completely redo what you've just done. Once the unit's rebooted, you're going to come to this factory initialization. Depending on what grill you're on, depends what options you're going to have. On a McDonald's grill, you're going to have 2 options. You're going to have manufacturing or McDonald's. If you press manufacturing, it will allow you to use the controller normally until you reset the power. When you reset the power, it will take you back to this screen and lose all of the settings that you've put on. So you should pick McDonald's. If this was a general market grill, that would say manufacturing and general market. Or if it was Chick-fil-A, it would say manufacturing and Chick-fil-A. Once you've pressed it, you can't redo it without starting the cycle again. So once it goes through to the next section, you're going to get error 42. Error 42 means the grill needs to be told what power setting it has to be on. This is to ensure that when it heats up, it doesn't cause damage. To do this, you go into the settings, you type in your password, servgcr, and then you scroll down to power calibration. Depending on your input voltage, depends on what you'll put in here. We're in Europe, so we're going to use 230. You can also see adjusted on cycle. This allows it to have an 8% increase on the power or an 8% decrease on the power. If you have an area where you have an inconsistent voltage and it goes higher than the set voltage, you may want to change this to a -1. If you happen to be in a busy area with high volume, you may want to go +1. Once you've selected it, press save.